academic institutions across the country are shrouded in a dark cloud of uncertainty. The question of what will happen next echoes in our minds. You have faced the obstacle of fear before, and you turned it into fuel to stand up for what is right. You showed the world that MIT wants a free Palestine. Last spring, MIT's undergraduate body and graduate student union voted overwhelmingly to cut ties with the genocidal Israeli military. You called for a permanent ceasefire in Gaza. You faced threats, intimidation, and suppression coming from all directions, especially your own university officials. But you prevailed because the MIT community that I know would never tolerate a genocide. We are watching Israel try to wipe Palestine off the face of the earth, and it is a shame that MIT is a part of it.
On Thursday, 29th May, Megha Vemuri, an Indian-origin student and class of 2025 president at the prestigious Massachusetts Institute of Technology, spoke in support of Palestine. She condemned the university's ties with Israel's defense and military industries. Following this, the Indian-origin student has been banned from attending the graduation ceremony. Speaking at MIT's 2025 commencement, the video of which is now widely circulated on social media, Megha Vemuri started by praising her fellow classmates for standing in support of a free Palestine. Wearing a keffiyeh, a traditional scarf which has become a symbol of support for Palestine, Megha Vemuri said, "You showed the world that MIT wants a free Palestine."
Good afternoon, friends, family, loved ones, community members, and of course, the MIT class of 2025. I'm so incredibly grateful to be here with you all today to reflect on our time at the Institute, to celebrate what we have accomplished, and to encourage us to approach the future with intentionality and integrity. It is no secret that at this time, academic institutions across the country are shrouded in a dark cloud of uncertainty. The question of what will happen next echoes in our minds, and there is a lot of fear in many of our hearts. We must remind ourselves that when we came to this institution, we dreamt of the opportunity to make an impact on humanity. We have been given the privilege of access to a place like this, to a community like this, and it is now time to make use of it. We cannot allow fear to keep us from doing that. You have faced the obstacle of fear before, and you turned it into fuel to stand up for what is right. You showed the world that MIT wants a free Palestine. Last spring, MIT's undergraduate body and graduate student union voted overwhelmingly to cut ties with the genocidal Israeli military. You called for a permanent ceasefire in Gaza. And you stood in solidarity with the pro-Palestine activists on campus. You faced threats, intimidation, and suppression coming from all directions, especially your own university officials. But you prevailed because the MIT community that I know would never tolerate a genocide. Right now, while we prepare to graduate and move forward with our lives, there are no universities left in Gaza. We are watching Israel try to wipe Palestine off the face of the earth, and it is a shame that MIT is a part of it. The Israeli occupation forces are the only foreign military that MIT has research ties with. This means that Israel's assault on the Palestinian people is not only aided and abetted by our country, but our school. As scientists, engineers, academics, and leaders, we have a commitment to support life, support aid efforts, and call for an arms embargo, and keep demanding now, as alumni, that MIT cuts the ties. Now, I invite you all to join me in the tradition of turning the ring. Please raise your brass rat or grad rat bearing hands, and as you lift it off your fingers, notice that the beaver is no longer facing you. It is now facing the world. This is a world that we will be entering with an immeasurable responsibility. We will carry with us the stamp of the MIT name, the same name that is directly complicit in the ongoing genocide of the Palestinian people. And so we carry with us the obligation to do everything we can to stop it. Class of 2025, you are MIT. Pressure is nothing to you. I know you will take it head on, and I can't wait to see what you do next. Thank you, and congratulations again.
Okay, listen, folks. At MIT, we value freedom of expression, but today's about the graduates, so it's time for me to charge you all. So good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Governor Healy, who I'm so happy to have here. Okay, folks. There is a time and a place to express yourselves, and you will have many, many years to do it. Let's talk today about our graduates. Okay, so I have to give a shout out to the members of the class of 1975 in their incredibly fashionable red jackets. And of course to you, all the members of the class of 2025 and your devoted family and your friends. So at MIT, it is customary for the president to deliver a charge to the graduating class. And I'll start by reflecting briefly on the world we make together here at MIT. Now, as you've seen, at MIT, we allow a lot of room for disagreement, whether the subject is scientific, personal, or political. The friction of disagreement is a very effective way that we sharpen each other's thinking. And if you don't believe me, I urge you all to attend a faculty meeting. But in this disconcerting time, as we prepare to send the class of 2025 out into the world, I want to celebrate three fundamental things that we do agree on: the rock-solid foundation of our shared work and our understanding. First, we believe in the beauty and power of the scientific method. Winston Churchill once observed that no one pretends that democracy is perfect or all-wise. In fact, as he famously acknowledged, democracy is the worst form of government, except for all of the other forms that have ever been tried. And you could say the same with reverence for the scientific method. None of us would argue that it's perfect or all-wise. But the scientific method remains the single most reliable tool humans have ever devised to arrive at the truth about the physical world. It is designed to root out error, protect us against our own biases and assumptions, and provide a systematic way to turn facts we cannot see at first into knowledge we can act on. It is hard to imagine anything more useful than that. Second, we believe in the beauty and power of fundamental scientific discovery. The incredibly intricate, maddening, heroic, intoxicating process of exploration and testing that somehow got stuck with the bland label basic research. We believe scientific discovery is deeply valuable and inspiring in and of itself. And we know that it's absolutely essential for driving innovation and delivering new tools, technologies, treatments, and cures. And finally, from direct personal experience here at MIT, we know that we are sharper, more rigorous, more curious, more inventive, and more likely to achieve breakthrough results when we work together with brilliant people across a broad spectrum of backgrounds, perspectives, and viewpoints from across the country and all around the world. You do not find the big ideas in an echo chamber. And I want to say something I have said repeatedly. MIT would not be MIT without our international students. The beauty and the power of the scientific method, the beauty and the power of scientific discovery, and frankly, the beauty and power of the Institute's incredible global community. For those of us associated with MIT, these three concepts may seem almost too obvious to require explanation, let alone celebration. But we find ourselves in a bewildering time, a time when these concepts have never been more important and have rarely been in such peril. So now I offer my charge to the members of the class of 2025. To today's graduates, I hope and believe that in your time here, you've prepared yourself very effectively for the next steps in your life and your career. I wish you every success in that next step and all that come after it. But I must ask that each of you take on another job, a lifelong job, an urgent job. I need you all to become ambassadors for the way we think and work and thrive at MIT. Ambassadors for scientific thinking and scientific discovery. For thoughtful research of every kind, here and at universities across the country. For the importance of research to the advancement of our nation and our species. And ambassadors for the limitless possibilities when we understand, appreciate, and magnify each other's talent and potential in a thriving global community. This ambassadorship has no salary, besides your sense of its crucial importance. But I hope you will accept the responsibility, because no one else can make this case more effectively. And these concepts are the indispensable foundation of everything else we aim to achieve. There's only one way to get through MIT, the hard way. Each of you has done that, and in the context of historic challenges. May all the strengths and insights that you've gained here serve you brilliantly on the road ahead. Thank you all, and congratulations.